On behalf of the City of Andalusia and the Andalusia Police Department, I would like to apologize to Ms. Twyla Stallworth for her arrest here in February. All charges against Ms. Stallworth are being dropped.
I'm going to jail.
Yes.
If I don't provide my ID?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. I'm not giving you my ID.
All right, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
I need to put my shoes on.
I didn't ask for
Wait a minute, don't you put your hands on me like that,
hold on.
You don't push my son.
Whoa, hold on.
The arresting officer in this case has a clean record with our department, but he made a mistake in this case on February the 23rd. He has been disciplined for failing in his duty to know the law. I have met with Andalusia Police Chief and other leaders in the department. We have agreed that the entire department will receive additional training in constitutional law, the laws of Alabama, and the ordinances of the City of Andalusia, so that we will not have an incident like this to reoccur.
Okay, this video was just released in Alabama, and attorneys for this woman released this video saying that this video shows her being assaulted by a police officer who arrested her after she claimed that the officer took her white neighbor's complaint seriously while ignoring hers. But what immediately popped out to me as interesting about this video is, what is the law here? Assuming the arrest was set in motion outside of this lady's home, can the police officer then follow her inside the home to arrest her, or was a warrant required? The issue isn't necessarily as simple as you would think. I researched the applicable 11th Circuit law, watched the video, and then we'll go over it.
So when y'all go over there and talk to him about his music, do y'all ask him for his ID?
Yeah, and he provides it.
No, y'all do not. I be sitting right here watching. Nobody asking for his ID.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm not arguing with you either. I'm not giving you no. I'm going to jail.
Yes.
If I don't provide my ID?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. I'm not giving you my ID.
All right, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
I need to put my shoes on.
I didn't ask for
Wait a minute, don't you put your hands on me like that,
hold on.
You don't push my son.
Whoa, hold on, wait.
Not push my son. Don't put your hands on my child.
Calm down, please, everybody. Please, calm down, please. Ma, everybody, calm down,
I'm gonna give you one more
please.
chance.
Why you call the phone and call your daddy?
Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID?
I've already explained to you.
Ma, just
Why
give
do you
him.
need my ID?
Ma, just give him your ID, Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID,
Ma,
sir?
please call. Ma,
Put your hands off me.
no, it's okay.
How you gonna
Ma,
catch her
it's
with
okay.
Get
It's
your
okay.
hands
Ma,
off
it's
my
okay.
feet.
Ma, it's okay. It's okay, Ma, it's okay. It's okay, Ma,
Call
it's
your
okay.
daddy.
It's okay, Ma, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Are
okay.
you
It's okay.
recording?
I'm recording. I'm recording.
recording?
I'm recording. I'm recording.
Well,
I'm
I can
recording.
stand up.
I'm
I can
recording.
stand up.
I'm recording.
If you're
Why you want to
Ma,
rough up a female,
Because
dude?
you're not complying.
You need Jesus.
Ma. It's okay, Ma. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You need
This
common
ain't
sense.
nothing but the
It's
devil.
It's okay.
It's okay.
This ain't nothing but the devil.
All right.
Can I put my shoes on, please?
Where the heck?
Right here.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing
Hey,
but the
dude, I
devil.
wasn't attacking you, by the way. You know that, right?
You put your
You just
hands
moved-
on my
you just moved that
son.
man.
You put your
I mean,
hands on my
Ma,
son.
it's okay, Ma. I understand. I
You put
understand
your
that. But
hands
you know, I
on my
wasn't attacking.
son.
You're good, bud.
My son ain't do nothing.
I mean, that's a natural reaction. You know what I mean?
Don't push my child.
All right, there's a little bit more to it, and I want you to watch the rest of it. But before you forget what you just saw, let me make sure that you understand what had already happened, because the video turns on already late in the encounter. According to the news report, Twyla Stallworth, age 40, of Andalusia, Alabama, called police multiple times on February 24th to complain about her neighbor's loud music. But when the police did not follow up on her complaints, according to her attorneys, Stallworth purposefully set off her car alarm in order to get her neighbor's attention. Her neighbor then complained about the car alarm, and a police officer showed up and responded to her neighbor's complaint, according to her attorneys. The police officer, identified by Stallworth's attorneys as Grant Barton, threatened to cite and arrest Miss Stallworth for her car alarm, but did nothing to address her multiple complaints, according to her attorneys. That's when Stallworth pointed out the disparity as Barton was returning to his police car. That sounds to me like the police officer had arrived and now he was leaving. He was in the process of leaving, and according to her lawyers, she then pointed out the disparity of how they were treating her white neighbor as opposed to her. Officer Barton then approached Stallworth's front porch and then asked for her identification. Then her 18-year-old son began recording the encounter. That's what's happened so far. Let's watch the rest of it before we get into the law.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude, before you take her away, why are you taking her away?
She's right now. She's under arrest for failure to identify.
So is this actually an Alabama? Is this actually an Alabama state law?
That is not the law. That's against the law.
Is this actually an Alabama state law?
No, it's not.
When I'm out with you, as long as I have a legal reason to be out with you, if I ask you to identify yourself, you are then.
So can you inform me how this this process goes? Because if you're arresting her right now over failure of ID, then
I got y'all. Got you.
We're gonna go to this.
Got you.
So I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious about how this is going right now.
And then when I start causing a bunch of
I'm gonna fix
noise,
these for you, okay?
please, it hurts.
Is there one in particular?
No.
So look, I'm gonna have to take one off to get to the other, okay?
So how is this process going to go? Because you guys just can't keep her in there cooped up for failure of ID. that makes zero sense. Like logically, that makes no sense.
Not no law. I'm at home.
Hey, Dad, they're arresting my mom because of lack of ID, failure of ID. They're arresting her, and he's arresting her. He ruffled her up and whatnot. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm about to put my hands
So
on
like they're literally cuffing her and putting her in the back of the car right now.
Have you have anything on you?
No, nothing but the hose.
No.
Yeah, Dad. Hey, I have another question. When do you guys bring her back? Because
I'm not bringing her back, but she's going to jail.
for how long?
She'll see a judge, and the judge will determine that.
Over an ID?
Yeah.
So like, where
That's
can I
state law.
where can I visibly read this where they say that for like because I wanna actually see this law in play in action.
Statute?
Yeah. Pull it up.
Statute, but
I want to screenshot this and well, actually I have it recorded, so it doesn't matter. Even though I think it's wrong either way, because, you know, there's an old lady that lives right next to him and he's blasting his music as loud as possible. It's not.
So, 15-530.
15-530.
Yes, sir.
Law enforcement official can request your name, explanation of his actions. I don't see where it says anything about an ID. It says your name, address, and explanation of his actions.
She failed to identify, but ID.
I mean, it doesn't specifically, say an ID.
I know, but I'm not going to argue with you either. All right.
That makes zero sense, dude. Dad, they're literally taking her away. But he said he asked for ID. In the law, it does not state you have to provide an ID. They're going away with my mama right now.
So what is the law here? Well, the law is very clear because there is a U.S. Supreme Court case on it from 1980, I believe it is, the Payton case, which says that police officers cannot go inside your home and arrest you unless they have a warrant. That's the law in all 50 states. But there are exceptions. One exception is consent. That's not really going to come up here, but just a couple things about consent. There's one question of whether, just mere silence. Does that mean that the police officers could claim that they have consent just because she didn't say no? She didn't say I couldn't come in her house and arrest her. She didn't specifically tell me to get off her property. And that's often the case in these cases, is the people are making it very clear that they don't want the police officers there, but they don't specifically say, please get off my property, or I do not consent. And that's the fact we have here. This woman, I didn't hear her specifically say that she did not consent, but the 11th Circuit has said that mere silence is not enough. Any search and seizure inside the home is presumptively unconstitutional. It's on the police, it's on the government to prove that one of the exceptions applies, such as consent, and they can't prove that with just mere silence. The exception that possibly could save the police here is exigent circumstances. But again, it's on them to prove. It's not something that's easy to prove. It has to have like an X factor, an emergency sort of situation, an exigency. And usually the courts say that that's usually going to be a police officer has reason to believe that there's some sort of immediate emergency happening inside the house. Somebody's in immediate need for their help. Could be a medical emergency, could be a domestic violence situation, somebody who's being dangerous. But there's something happening inside the house and the police cannot wait to go obtain a warrant. They need to deal with it now. There are some other scenarios, such as the officers have reason to believe that evidence is going to be immediately destroyed before they can obtain a warrant. There's drugs that are going to be flushed down the toilet, and they have reason to believe that that's going to happen. We don't have that situation here either. And those really are rare exigencies anyways. One of the rarest ones, and the one that really could come up here, is hot pursuit. Hot pursuit of a fleeing suspect. That is basically just a subcategory of exigent circumstances. So it can't just be the mechanical fact that perhaps an arrest started in the front yard or on the front porch and then went inside the house. There still has to be some sort of exigency, some sort of emergency that something has to be done now before we can get a warrant. I don't think that that is going to apply here because there's no reason, even assuming the arrest began outside the home and the woman was like, all right, home base exception, I'm going inside my house, you can't get me. The police officer still could have obtained a warrant. There was nothing that was time sensitive, that was an emergency, that somebody was going to be harmed or something was going to disappear if he didn't do it right then and there. There was nothing time related, nothing emergency related. So the 11th Circuit has said that hot pursuit still has to be an exigency. And there was really a case from just a couple months ago, Bailey versus Swindle, where they looked at this exact issue. Can a police officer who starts an arrest outside the home go inside the house without a warrant to finish the arrest? And in that case, the answer was no. And the officer was found to have violated the Constitution and was deprived of qualified immunity. This police officer violated U.S. Supreme Court case law from all the way back in 1980 when he went inside that house without a warrant to arrest this lady. Unfortunately, the mayor did do the right thing here and came out and apologized and declared that this was a constitutional violation and said that he was going to take steps to make sure that their police officers don't repeat this sort of violation in the future. So as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can follow me on Twitter at JohnBryanESQ and on Facebook at the John H. Bryan Attorney at Law page. Now, if you disagree with this, if you think that the police officer should have been able to go inside the house, let me know why. If you believe that there is an exigency or an emergency that should have applied here, let me know what that is in the comments. Remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it.